Hey everyone, it is now 4:44 p.m. of the 21st of April, and I just didn't give the grand test. I gave the grand test in the morning, and after that I watched the Sidemen YouTube channel and wasted 3 hours on my phone, ate a lot of junk food because the result wasn't out yet when I had finished the exam, and we are back. Let's see the result. Okay, that is weird. 983. That is why I think. So, okay. Finally, in the 140s, 540 score. Okay, I like this. 93rd percentile. I would have been happier if it had been above 95th percentile. That's the very safe zone. And yeah, this was a very easy grand test, guys. Talking about grand test 10 of Marrow. In terms of the sections, the first section I could attempt everything. Extremely easy section, first part. Second part actually was a bit tricky. In the first go, I remember I could attempt, I had to leave around 12 questions in the first go itself, which is a big amount for me. And after that I panicked a lot in the second slot because I cannot leave 12 questions in the second slot. I just clawed through and did I think I left 5 questions in the second slot. Yeah, I clawed through, marked a lot of questions. In the third slot also I left just one question. It was pretty easy, the third spot also. The last one is again a bit difficult, bit tricky, I would say. Not difficult, bit tricky for me. I think the test was very heavily Marrow based. I have done these in the notes. I have seen these in the older, the questions, some of the questions which were given here I have seen in the older, when I used to give custom modules during my internship. Those questions had appeared there. They also give a lot of questions from the BTR ENDs, I think, or the mission GTs. I have seen those questions in the ENDs definitely, and so that's there's gonna be some bias over there, guys, because I've already seen 2 or 3 questions I could mark straight away because I had seen them in the ENDs, and one question I left. It should have been 147 correct, but I left one question, that was BNS. I could do one BNS question, which was I left the voyeurism question because I cannot remember that. I have got to read that all before the exam itself. I had memorized the IPS ones so carefully with a lot of mnemonics and everything, but this one, yeah, I'm gonna read just before the exams. But there was another BNS question which I knew the answer of, related to feticide. I think I knew that answer. So best is physiology, which was the worst for me in the last few GTs. So just saying that when they go easy on my difficult subjects, I score well. So maybe, hopefully, I maintain this streak. I think 146 correct. I'm not sure what is the rank for 540 correct next time, the previous year. I think 146 corrects was 15k rank, I think so, or 14k rank. 540 score, I'm not sure. Anybody has any idea about the score, kindly comment. So top subjects, physiology, which is always the poorest one for me. Community medicine, poorest one for me, scored very high. Ophthalmology, yeah, ophthalmology, I think the first question I faced was I'm gonna be discussing some question, guys. So those who have not given the exam, go give the exam. It is a pretty easy exam. Go give it, come back, and then view the video. And ophthalmology, the first question I got was the best one, I think so, and it was, I had never seen that image before because I know the image is there in the notes, but I have never focused on it. And that kind of person, I read the theory, I leave most of the pictures as B for some reason. In the previous BTR END, there was a question about the cycle, the corpus, the cortex to the striatum, the direct and indirect pathways. So I have seen that image multiple times, and I am so stubborn, I will not read it. I'm like, this won't come in the exam. Lots of things, I'm like, I ignore it because I think it won't come in the exam. So back to this. Microbiology high, yeah, mostly microbiology I get high only. Pathology, then medicine. Ooh, medicine, I don't think I've ever gotten this high in any exam. I did read medicine just yesterday, so yeah, you got to take that bias into account also. Forensic medicine should have been higher, but 7 correct, 1 incorrect. Yeah, one skipped one, that's why it's low. Okay. So ENT should have been higher. I score very high in ENT normally. Anesthesia, improvement. Biochemistry, I've given biochemistry and anatomy. If anybody has seen my previous videos, they are sisters. They are the sister subjects for me. Always at the bottom, always together, sticking together. And dermatology is so low. Okay. Obs gynae is very low. Okay, that was unexpected because obs gynae normally score pretty high. Psychiatry, I also normally score pretty high. Pharma, ortho, pedia, surgery, radio. Radio is the lowest. Radio, at least you don't have to ask the question what I'm aiming for, because this is at least totally out of the option for me, always scoring low in this. Surgery is pretty surprising because surgery also I normally score pretty high. Surgery in pedia I normally score pretty high. So yeah, that's a bit surprising for me. And total time taken 2 hours and 10 minutes for answering. Yeah, I remember in the last test I had 2 hours and 6 minutes for answering, I guess. And the good guessing. Oh, okay. First time I have scored so high in the guessing. That's what gave the boost to my score. And I changed 19 answers, and for the first time I have gotten so many answers correct. So yeah, I have seen that I am getting more, perfect at guessing answers, I guess. Yeah, and I was feeling a bit distraught right now because I am currently in the middle of my third read, and I'm just thinking that I had such a big jump just doing my third read. If I had focused earlier, I could have gotten even a bigger score. Like right after the main exams, I was pretty distraught after the August exams, the NEET PG 24 exams, and I wasted so much time wondering whether I should, just drop. I had a lot of health issues also, so I was thinking whether I wasn't thinking of a drop at all. I was thinking about taking a diploma actually. My parents talked me out of it, that the diploma right now, don't take diploma in the first try itself. That's what they said to me. If some people have taken it, like, I am not beleaguering them or anything, to each their own. And I spent so much time researching diploma pediatrics, diploma obs gynae, diploma tuberculosis and chest medicine, and I wanted to take MD anesthesia, but pretty late in the game, pretty late in the counseling. So I was like, I started studying from January itself, and I'm just thinking about the people, those who gave NEET PG 2024, and those who saw their rank and were like, yeah, we're gonna drop, and they started studying from September or maybe October itself, and they have gotten maybe 6 reads until now. So yeah, if I had not been, I would say, stubborn and lazy back then, maybe I would have been at that stage. And seeing this score gives me a little bit of hope, but I need to improve myself even further, because again, I need a score of more than 160 plus for any MD branch for UR non-EWS in the All India quota. Yeah, so looking at the questions, actually, I'm gonna look at the wrong questions first, actually. Ooh. Okay, these type of questions, I think they gave this question in the BTR END, and these type of questions I always get wrong. I know this question and I get this wrong. What happens is, during the END also, whenever a very difficult question comes up, my brain already is in that mode that you're not going to answer this even if it comes up in the exam. Like, the concept is so difficult, even if you give 15 minutes to, not 15, if you say 5 minutes to learning it right now, you're going to forget it during the exam. So I don't even listen to it properly during the BTRE NDs. So yeah, I marked the exact opposite almost for this one. Okay. Type 3 hypersensitivity. Ooh. Erythematous nodules, ENL. Okay. So either I took a chance over here. It could have been type 4 or type 3. I haven't read this until now that I couldn't make the differentiation actually whether it was type 1 ENL or type 2 ENL. So I took a gamble, marked it as 4. It is 3. So let's see the explanation. I'm not going to show the whole explanation, guys, because it's Marrow's property, not mine. So type 2 lepra reaction are mainly seen in multibacillary LLBL, and they can occur before, during, or after the treatment. So before, during, or after treatment, and are commonly recurrent. These reactions are caused by immune complexes. So basically, we got to see this case had stopped treatment 6 months ago and gotten ENL, and type 1 reaction usually within 12 months, before, during, or after treatment. Okay, I've got to read this more carefully, guys. 60. Okay, this one also, it could have been either one of those, because I know that mannitol is not given in renal failure, it is not given in cranial bleeds. Mannitol is indicated in patients with cerebral edema due to mass lesions. Okay, I don't know why I thought that mannitol was given in high intraocular pressure. Okay, angular closure glaucoma, they do give mannitol, don't they? Congestive heart failure is also there, but for the patient. So okay, contraindications of mannitol, again, as I said, it is not given in renal diseases, it is not given in pulmonary congestion or pulmonary edema, it is not given in intracranial bleeding. And okay, progressive heart failure or pulmonary congestion after institution of mannitol. Okay, so best is if a patient has a brain tumor or a brain mass and they are getting cerebral edema, we're going to give mannitol. Cottle test, false positive is seen in the collapse of the nasal ala. Okay, option B, positive. So normally a Cottle test will be seen in the DNS. I was kind of weirded out by the framing of the questions. I thought that maybe the simplest option is the best one in this case. So I marked deviated nasal septum only, but I know that positive Cottle test is seen in deviated nasal septum. They are saying false positive, so not deviated nasal septum, and I couldn't differentiate between the other three which one would produce the false positive Cottle test. So collapse of the nasal ala would produce the false positive Cottle test. Okay, this one also I've got. See, I'm noticing a trends in the questions I get wrong. All of the big bulky questions with mark the sequence mark the correct sequence or multi-correct ones, those are the ones I get wrong, I am seeing. So that's very dangerous for NICT, because NICT prefers giving those questions only. So yeah, I'm not going to discuss all the questions, guys. Just going to say it's a easy GT. Y'all can give the GT right now. It's a very, very standard GT, I would say. And very pleased with my jump, middle of my third read right now, and maybe if I had gotten more reads I would gotten even better at this. But okay, we're gonna take what we get, we're going to be grateful, we are going to aim higher. This is probably my last GT actually before the exams. I'm not going to give the other GTs, because if like my mood is boosted up right now, and if I give another GT and it doesn't go as well, it's going to be a psychological insult to my brain, and I don't want to do that right before the exams. So if I do get time, I might attempt the last Marrow GT on the 30th of April, but probably not going to do that because that is right before the exam only, guys. So comment how you did on this exam, guys. What were your scores? And just want to verify actually for the very high rank, how many people gave that? Oh, that is why. Like panning up very slowly. Only 16,000 people have given the exam. So yeah, that's not an indicator anyhow. That's what I thought. These exams, normally the last ones, around 50,000 people used to give in the last year, but only 16,000 people have given right now. So yeah, that's the reason for the high rank, but still pretty pleased. I also need to just add on to the subjects that I'm getting wrong. I'm seeing that of the 5 questions I did discuss, of the ones that I got wrong, they were mostly add-ons to something I have not read yet. I would have been pretty angry if they had been present in the notes and I had marked them wrong. But most of these are add-ons. Like obviously the Cottle test is there in ENT, but this was an add-on to it, and I liked that. So yeah, I'm gonna go, guys. Bye. Just finished reviewing the GT, guys, and I have made so many silly mistakes. Like since the last two GTs, I had been very careful not to make any reading mistakes, not to miss out on any words during the exam. But in this exam, I have made so many silly mistakes, I cannot say. Like there was one question about aspirant, and I was thinking in my brain that it's an irreversible COX inhibitor. In the exam, the question was, I think, which one of, like, it was either which one of these is true or which one of these is false, and I totally read that wrong and I marked the wrong answer. Another one was what I was thinking, I don't know, it was like an inheritance question, and I was thinking in my brain autosomal dominant, and I marked X-linked dominant. So these kinds of mistakes will just not go. It's not good for the exam. Like if you're preparing really well and then you make silly comprehension mistakes in the exam, it's gonna cost a lot, because people who are calmer, who are reading more quietly, more stably, they are not going to make those mistakes, and those are short questions that you are getting wrong. Another one of them was like clinical trials always comes up in the exam, and I do not have the hang of this concept. I have read this so many times, I still do not have a hang of this concept. I think I got to read it from multiple sources, read it from the main notes to make myself confident in it. Another one is Barton's. Like what is happening is, I am reading ortho. I have read ortho 2 times until now. I will be reading it one more time shortly only, and I know the theoretical concept of Coley's, Barton's. There's a table in the Marrow notes where they are summarized in a very nice manner, and I know them theoretically, but whenever an X-ray is asked on these, I can mark the Coley's answer correct, but whenever it's one of the other ones, I always mark it wrong. Like Barton's was there in this exam, and I marked that wrong. I always make a mistake in the foramina of the skull questions. Like they gave a cross section and I just don't know where the cross section is actually. I don't know the foramina that well. Hopefully we'll get over these mistakes before the exam, and this is a big jump for me, guys, and I was just like thinking that if I had not been in such a depressive phase right after the NEET PG 2024 exams, if I had started studying from October, November itself, completed more reads, I would surely be in a more secure position until now. And I'm regretting all the wasted time, then all the time that I am wasting today, now itself. Like today I am uploading this video, but I am also shooting trying to attempt a 12-hour study vlog, and it's like 5:30 p.m. when I'm recording this, and I have done only 4.5 hours of studies until now. I start really well, and what really gets me, scapegoats me, is the break that I take. I really shouldn't be taking any breaks at all. Like I should be putting my phone away, and the breaks turn out to be so long because during that time I I follow Newton's law so to the point that either when I'm in motion, or when I'm not moving, I laze around for hours. Like if I study, I'll study for 4 hours, or when I'm sleeping, I'll sleep for 4 hours. That's what happens. I wasted so much time after being so productive today. I woke up early today. I was very productive before the lunch time. I had my lunch, and I got to control myself, guys, simply. Like after the lunch also, I had some snacks, which, like, I am not even hungry at that point, but I'm having snacks just for the sake of having snacks. And I got to be more mindful of what I eat, because as such I do not have any physical activity. I just sit I do some household chores, and I see people who are in their preparation phase and who are being healthy. They are walking 10,000 steps per day, they are going to the gym in the morning, and that's a very important mindset to have, I think so, because it's going to carry on later in your life also. Like when you're in the PG, the residency is also going to be very grueling. You're not going to have any time, and your physical health's just going to get worse. You've got to make time for these things that impact your health long term in every phase of your life. You just can't say that you're studying right now, so yeah, I'm going to snack on junk food, I'm not going to move at all, I'm not going to do any physical activity. Like I am not doing any exercises or walking a lot now because it's really hot, guys. Like the humidity right now is 86% in my place. In the evening, at night, it gets above 90% even. Horrid weather, absolutely horrid weather. And I do have a cooler, but it doesn't work at all in this humidity. And the AC that we're gonna get, it's gonna be in the bedroom. So, and I don't study whenever where there's a bed or anything. Like it's years of rigorous mind training that I have to sit at a table to study only. So now I can't study on a bed or just use that study tables, the small study tables that are there. I just can't use them at all. So the room that I'm studying in, I just have a small cooler, and it doesn't work at all in the exams. It is not connected to the inverter also. So whenever the light goes, which is, I'm literally describing live what is going on in the house right now. The light has been gone for I think 2 hours right now, and the cooler is not working, and the fan simply doesn't cut it. Okay, so I took a massive detour over there. So feeling a little bit anxious that if I had started earlier, what would have happened, but I can't cry over spilt milk now. I just got to make the best of the time that I have left. Do whatever I could have done in this time. So yeah, guys, coming to scores.